back. My first guest tonight is a singer and an actor. He just released his latest CD entitled Come By Me. Please welcome Harry Connick Jr. Thanks for stopping by.
It's great to be here.
Nice to have you with us. Are you in the city long?
For a couple of days. We came in primarily to do your show. We also did the Today Show and promoting the new record and having a nice time.
Are you having a good time in New York City? Do you get to do, I mean, is it all work or do you get to do anything fun? Do you have any?
We went to a movie last night. We went and saw The Haunting, and there were maybe 3 other groups of people in the theater, totaling of about maybe 6 people.
That movie studio is thrilled with the story so far.
Yeah. I hope they don't want me to do any movies. They're not going to call me, I guess now. So I guess now I can say that movie sucks. By the way. I've already barred myself out from that particular studio. All the other studios do great motion pictures. But no, do we have anyone from that movie coming on anytime soon? Who? We do? Seriously? Because I found it refreshing. No, not a good film. You didn't have a good time. Well, do you like scary movies in general? I like going to the movies, and I like going to scary movies, and it made me proud to be an American, because you go all over the world, and you've got these sort of homogenous societies that are all the same types of people.
Right.
And you come to America and there's all different kinds of people. And I had people to my right and people to my left. I just gesticulated in the opposite direction for benefit of your crowd.
Okay.
I'm trying to dig myself out of a moronic hole.
There'll be no gesticulating here.
Absolutely not.
This is a clean show.
Right. So, you know, I scream a certain way. I'm like, oh my,
You don't scream though. You just go like, oh God, look out.
I scream, but with the proper vocal technique.
Right.
Like I sound like Robert Goulet when I scream. Oh, like that. So they had the one couple sitting to my left, and they were that kind of scream.
That's mine, by the way.
Absolutely. I thought that was you at the theater, applauding after every scene.
Yeah.
And then the couple to my right, anytime anything remotely frightening happened on the screen, this woman would go, "Oh, hell no." So,
but you had a good time.
Anything.
Yeah.
So, and I started doing it because I'm very impressionable, and I like to be part of the crowd, however small it may be.
Right.
And I started doing it too, and I think the guy that the woman was with thought I was maybe mocking her, but it felt good to try a new way of venting like that.
Yeah, you should be like, hell yes, you know?
Hell no.
Hell yes! The movie's going on. You didn't even see the movie. You were arguing with her the whole time. Is it hard for you to go out in public? I mean, do people bother you?
I got recognized. I was getting a new driver's license, and I got recognized. I was sitting down after I had taken the picture, and this woman goes, "You're Robert Downey Jr., aren't you?" I said, "Yes, I am." And we conversed for a while, and
I can't believe they were giving him a driver's license.
Right.
No, it's not right. If he's in The Haunting too, I'm really screwed. He's doubly mad at me. You, of course, seen you in a bunch of movies. You're a fine actor, and you take it pretty seriously. I mean, there's some people that, if they were a musician, they would say, okay, I'm going to dabble in this acting.
Right.
You take it seriously. You actually research the role. You get pretty...
I never really did before. I did my first lead role in a movie called The Wayward Son, which is coming out in the fall. I play like a... you're sitting... I feel like I'm being
You're turning to Andy for the go ahead.
Just for the big punch words. I'm doing a new movie, Wayward Son.
Andy's like, hell no.
Oh, hell no! Anyway, I went down to... I play a convict in the 1930s, Harry Convict Jr. And I'm good that way. I can think on my feet. And so I go down to Angola Penitentiary in Louisiana, and I did some research. And basically, I stayed there overnight. And
you stayed in a penitentiary overnight?
It was wild. It was totally wild. I went in as a guy named Robert White. The other convicts didn't know who I was. I stayed in this maximum security part of the penitentiary where you pretty much are kept out of contact with the other prisoners. And during the day, I went out and worked in the field with some of these guys. And there were about 15 convicts there, all doing life. And there are 2 guards. And we were digging holes for fence posts. Well, actually, they were. I didn't, my nail. And,
yeah.
And so
you had your agent doing it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so anyway, there's no way for these 2 guards to possibly monitor every single conversation that goes on. So I'm sort of in the middle, and it's maybe 150, 200 yards between the 2 guards. And this giant guy, he must have been maybe 6'7", 6'8", over 300 pounds, starts walking slowly toward me as I'm, attaching this barbed wire to this fence, and I keep looking at this guy. Now, you have to understand, my father is the district attorney in New Orleans, so many of the people that are at this penitentiary sort of have gone through my dad's office, so to speak.
Yeah. They're there courtesy of your father.
Courtesy of Harry Sr. So here comes this man, and I didn't know what was going to happen. He's this giant guy, and he comes up to me, and he gets kind of close. He goes, "I love your music." And everything was fine after that. We kissed.
I don't want to know the rest. I really don't.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. I see. That's the thing is, I wouldn't want. If I was doing a movie and it was about a prison, and they said, do you want to come and hang out at the prison? I'd be like, no, send me some picture books. I'll just, yeah.
It was wild. It's an amazing experience. It really is amazing. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I had the chance to actually experience that. I said that 3 times in one sentence.
Right. You want to make friends with those people. Let's talk about your wife, Jill Goodacre, for just a second. And I hope this is appropriate, but she is a stunningly beautiful woman.
Thank you. She's a guy, actually. Which is also fantastic.
I'm understanding the interest in the prison movie. Yeah. Are you?
I'm only doing prison roles from now on, Conan.
That's like, yeah.
I'm doing a series of prison roles.
That's great. No, I would just, you're just doing a revival of Mary Poppins from a prison. Why?
Right.
I'm just curious about, you're such a beautiful woman, and obviously you must have always done well with the ladies. Is that the case?
Oh my goodness, no.
No.
By the way, I was looking at a picture of you backstage. They have like an old picture of you, and I think we probably had a lot in common, man. Because we are, I think, the first, say, 30 years of our lives, we were complete geeks. No?
Don't know what you're talking about. I was a jock in school. No, I can relate because I'm one of those people who, to this day, if any woman were to say like, "Oh, that's a good-looking guy," I'm like, "Oh, well, because seriously, I was extremely skinny when I was growing up.
Right. I was the same way. I never really had that kind of luck. I saw a girl that I had a big crush on in 7th grade about 3 years ago, and I said, I really wanted to ask you out to this little school dance, and I was too embarrassed. And she says, "Oh, I kind of liked you too. I wish you had asked me," And I'm like, I wish I had asked.
They're lying. I've had that same experience.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, I really had a crush on you back then. They're like, yeah, I did too.
You certainly didn't show it then.
No, then why did you stuff my head in a toilet?
Right.
In the girls' bathroom. I like to hang out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a whole nother show. Back to the prison.
There'll be no more prison talk. The CD.
Have you ever had your head stuffed in a toilet?
Willingly?
Mandy.
Willingly or against my will? The CD is called "Come By Me," and everyone's got to stick around because you're going to play for us.
Yeah, I got the whole band here. We're gonna have fun.
Big band, big sound. It's a professional show tonight. Thank you very much.